Ready? Play.
It's going to go long from Coco, is it, I think? 15-40. We've got 2 break points here for Alex Eala. Nice backhand return there from Alex. But she's going to struggle here with the volley there. But is she going to pass Coco Gauff? No, is she going to pass her here? Yes, she is. Break of serve. 2-love. Oh, Coco Gauff is retiring. Coco Gauff is calling Alex Eala to the net. So Alex Eala is through. And it's a win. It makes it 1 win apiece. And Alex Eala is emotional there, despite the unorthodox way to progress. She gives Coco Gauff a well-earned round of applause as she progresses into the next round. Oh, she's crying.
So, and that goes to all mothers. Yeah, so back to your question, I really didn't want to win this way, but this is still a really big moment for me to be able to play on Stadium 1 of Indian Wells and against such a great competitor. I'm really grateful to be here and I'm super happy.
Shall we look forward to Noskova versus Eala? Noskova, by the way, has come through 2 matches so far. She has beaten Castella in 3 sets today. Previous to that, Buzas Monero in straight sets. Castella, one of the form players, of course, on the WTA Tour this year, winning a title not so long ago in Cluj. Eala's path to this stage has seen her come through today over Coco Gauff, 6-2, 2-love via a walkover, but winning 8 of the 10 games they played. Previous to that, she had an epic against Yastremska, but Eala at least will be fresh going into this encounter. And Eala's year-long form reads like this. She had 3 wins and a loss in New Zealand. She lost in the semis there to Wong. She had a loss in the first round in Australia, so that's 4-2. If we include the WTA 125 event, that makes it 5-6, 6-3, where she went out in the quarterfinals, of course, to Camila Osorio. So that's 6-3 there. She lost in the quarterfinals in Abu Dhabi, so it's 2-1. So 6-3 becomes 8-4 after Abu Dhabi.
Ready. Play.
How has life changed since that Miami run for you? Or has it not changed at all?
A lot has changed technically, but I don't really feel, at the same time, not much has changed. It's hard to explain. I've had the same work ethic since I was young, so nothing in terms of how I go about my day has really changed. Of course, there's a big difference between last month and this month in terms of my results, my ranking, but when you focus on the things that I need to focus on, there's nothing much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel any more pressure?
I think it's normal to feel some pressure after a big run like this. But tennis is a game that has a lot of pressure in whichever moment that you're in your life, and I think that I've done the best I could with my mentality and talking with my team about how I can handle it, and hopefully that shows on court.
The win over Iga, is that the best moment of your career so far, would you say?
Of course. I think all of those, all the wins that week, and even the match against Jessica was such important moments in my life.
Yeah, sure. If you enjoyed this video,
how do you put into fortifying that mental pressure or that mental fortitude? I'm curious how that process is for you.
It's all about experience for me. I have been competing since I was 6 and playing tennis since I was 4. So you can imagine how many tough situations I've been in regards with tennis. So I truly feel that the more you're put in that situation, the more you learn about yourself, and the more you're able to approach certain moments in a way that suits you best. So I think being in those situations and really being brave is the best thing that I can do for myself.
I want to address something right now, which is going on.
Ready. Play.
Confesso a imprensa com a Alexandra Eala depois da segunda ronda deste Oilers Open 125. Alex, tough one up there, of course. Thoughts on the match, please?
I think she played very well. I think it was a good match, tight one for sure, and she performed better in the tight moments, and I know what I have to improve for the next tournament. Yeah.
What do you have to improve?
Well, I think a bit of the movement. It's my first tournament on clay. Being demanding with the quality on each shot, and yeah, just take it step by step. I don't think I'm not super down after the match. I competed well. I competed to the best of my ability, and yeah, it was a good match. Yeah.
A lot of people came to support you, even on that very small courts. Are you still surprised with all those people wanting to see you play? Probably most of them for the first time. How happy are you with the support?
No, I'm super happy. it's tough conditions to watch here. Cold, windy, a lot of the times raining, and I guess that also affects, the conditions of the court for the tennis. So for them to still be here and to support me despite that, it means a lot, yeah.
Do you think the conditions maybe didn't help you today, or it didn't really matter?
Maybe, the balls were a bit heavier. I think the weather definitely affects clay courts more in terms of changes of condition than other surfaces. Uh, I can't say for sure that in the end it's the same. If the court's wet, the court's heavy. The court's heavy for her, the court's heavy for me. So maybe some certain aspects are advantages to certain game styles, but that's not for me to say. I can't say that it was a disadvantage or whatever. It's just how the court was today. Yeah.
Mentally speaking, how tough was it to go from the center court in Miami to the small court 17 or 18?
I mean,
was it easy for you?
Yeah, it was easy. In the end, I don't really care which court I play. I have to. This is the job. I don't expect now that I'm going to be in center court all the time. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't expect that. It's not a problem for me to be whichever court. Yeah.
Yeah, now Madrid and Rome coming, you played Madrid a couple of times. How excited are you to play those two big events?
Totally. 5-5-5. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you're tuning in from. Let's give us some background, shall we? Let's give ourselves a nice little Linda Noskova, Alex Eala background there. And let's also share the score with you on the screen, which I'm going to do in a moment. Let's just watch this second point because Noskova's won the first point on the Eala serve. They're in the rally right now. Noskova going cross-court into the forehand of Alex. Forehand now from Linda Noskova goes long. Okay. Yeah, let's get the score for you up on the screen, shall we? Because it's 15:30 now. As we hit the 27,000 mark, by the way, thank you very much for all of you who've hit subscribe. And if you haven't already done so, please do. There is the score. Let's adjust this so it looks a bit bigger for you, I think. 15:30 becomes 15:40. And so yeah. What do we think about that? Maybe like that. 15:40 here. Let's see how this point pans out. Serves out wide, unreturned, 30-40. Into the oh, Eala's missed the backhand, and we've got the break of serve already. 1-love. Linda Noskova, she breaks early on. Linda Noskova is winning the match at the moment, in answer to that question. By the way, if you hit subscribe right now, watch this number. If you all hit subscribe, because about 1,000 of you are watching right now and you haven't subscribed, I want you to all hit subscribe, that button just below that says subscribe, below the screen, and then watch this number. And it'll be you who's made the difference. Watch the number. It ticks over and over and over. With every person that clicks subscribe, that will continue to tick over. Okay. We've had the first break of serve already, and it's gone the way of Linda Noskova just 2 minutes into this match. Noskova is leading already. 1-love. Look at that number tick over, by the way. Okay, we're into the rally here, but it's going to be a point for Linda Noskova, I think. Just wonder if we might be in a situation. I know it's still very, very early in this match, but I just wonder right now, just seeing the patterns of play over the first 6 or 7 points, if we might be in a, quality gap sort of Coco Gauff, Alex Eala match in Dubai recently. I don't know. Maybe it's still too early to say. I know 4 minutes on the clock, and I think we've had 8 points, but 6 have gone the way of Noskova. Okay, good return there from Eala. That is really what she's going to have to do. The problem is now we're into this rally, although it is Noskova who errs by going long, 15 all. Okay, but Noskova's going to win the next point, so we get to 30-15 for Linda. Eala couldn't deal with that. (30-15), 5 minutes on the clock. Forehand return. That's decent from Eala. Problem is that Noskova's able to deal with those returns so far. 40-15. Okay, 40-15. Now, this should be a point for Linda Noskova. It wasn't the cleanest of forehands, but she holds for 2-love. So the early moments in this match are very much going the way of Linda Noskova. The Go Alex signs. Oh, there's a little insect there on the court that Linda Noskova keen to rescue. Bless her. Linda Noskova is very quickly becoming one of my favorite players on tour. Okay. 2-love. Down the tee. Backhand return into the net. So 15-love for Eala. Eala will be keen to get her first serves in today and maybe get it around that 70% mark. That is what she can concentrate on in terms of that serve. Get 70% of your first serves in. Okay, backhand here from Eala is really good, but Noskova defends it pretty well. But that wasn't the wisest of positions there for Eala to go into. And now she's down in the rally, I would argue, as she's being pushed around. It was because of that shot selection she made a couple of shots ago. But anyway, here we are, and it's going to be a forehand winner for Noskova, 15 all. There was a mistake there with that short ball that Eala really needs to be going cross-court on, or maybe that direction as you look. In the end, she went back into where Linda was already waiting. Oh, there's a little tattoo there for Linda Noskova on her left leg. Okay. Eala, forehand return, backhand from Alex into the backhand of Noskova. Remember, Eala is a lefty, but it is a forehand now for Noskova. And it's a forehand winner, 30-15. Or I should say 15-30, sorry. Do hit that like button, by the way. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. $15-30, second serve. Double fault, 15-40. So double fault there from Alex Eala, 15-40, as Linda Noskova threatens to go up a double break in this set. Good forehand down the line there from Linda. But the backhand goes long, 30-40. Linda is like Yastremska in some ways, and that's a player that Eala's beaten twice in the last 12 months. But she's just a bit more solid. Okay, 30-40. And that backhand return is going to go out. So deuce. First serve goes into the net. So deuce here, second serve. What a return that is from Noskova, but we're still into the rally. Eala on the defense here. Oh, has she made that forehand? She hasn't, no. Eala, really good defending there. Noskova eventually just misses that forehand. And as a result, we've got a game point for Alex Eala to win her first game of the match, to at least reduce the deficit to 2-1. Game point here, Alex Eala. That last serve that went into the net, 99 miles an hour from Alex. She's missing a few too many first serves at the moment. Backhand return from Noskova goes into the net. Alex Eala holds 2-1. So, good news for Alex. She's on the board. Let's have a quick listen to Alex Eala pre-match, what she had to say to the journalist Colin Salau.
How do you put into fortifying that mental pressure or that mental fortitude? I'm curious how that process is for you.
It's all about experience for me. I have been competing since I was 6 and playing tennis since I was 4. So you can imagine how many tough situations I've been in regards with tennis. So I truly feel that the more you're put in that situation, the more you learn about yourself and the more you're able to approach certain moments in a way that suits you best. So I think being in those situations and really being brave is the best thing that I can do for myself.
There we go. That's Alex Eala before this match in Indian Wells. Talking about being brave, but also having the experience. And even though she's very young, as she says, just going through tough moments on a tennis court and tough matches. And boy, has she been through a lot over the last 12 months. Think back to that Miami run, but also throughout 2025, coming from a double breakdown in the third set against Sasnovich this year, but also Clara Towson at the US Open last year to win her first match at Grand Slam. And even the other day against Yastremska. Yeah. And it goes on and on. Of course, she had a really tough loss, didn't she, in the WTA 250 final to Maya Joint last year. That was a super, super tight match that didn't go her way. Okay, Noskova serving here at 2-1. $15 love, 13 minutes on the clock. Is that forehand return going to make it? I think it's just missed. It has. Yeah, 30 love. For those of you just tuning in, do hit that like button. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe and watch that little number you see in the corner next to me. As soon as you hit subscribe, you're going to see that number go over. And there's about 70% of you. That's about 800 people right now watching. You haven't hit subscribe. As soon as you hit subscribe, watch that number. It'll go crazy. $40 love here for Linda Noskova. Alex is fighting. But it's 40 love. Alex on the backhand into the backhand of Noskova. Forehand from Eala into the forehand of Noskova. Now it's going into the backhand of Linda. It's a cross court into the forehand of Linda. And now Alex tries to change direction, but it doesn't work. 3-1 to Linda Noskova, the number 14 seed. She has the early advantage in this match. She leads by 2 games, 3 games to 1 overall. That's 1 break of serve, as we say in tennis. Remember that it's the first to win 6 games in the set, wins a set, and it's the first to 2 sets. So at the moment, Linda Noskova is 3 games away from winning the first set, whereas Eala needs to win 5 games more to win the first set. You also have to win by 2 clear games as well, but that's yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. 3-1 here, and Eala serving 1-3. Second serve as well for Noskova here to look at. Forehand return from her. That'll be disappointing for Linda, given that was just a 78 miles an hour second serve. Linda should normally be killing that, but she doesn't. So, 15 love. $30 love for Alex Eala here on serve. We're getting closer to 28,000 subscribers. It's a forehand winner there from Alex to get us to 30 love. But she has missed the first serve here. Okay, Eala serving. Where are you going with this serve? Down the tee. Backhand return's going to be missed. Just. Look at that response from Linda Noskova. She knows it was close. Close, but no cigar. So, Noskova now is down here. 40 love to Alex Eala. She's fighting because the match could easily have run away from her in the opening games, especially when she was down on her, especially when she was down that break, but also Noskova was doing really well on the Eala serve in the previous service game of Alex's. Alex misses the forehand there, so it's 40-15. She's gone long. I have learned some Filipino or Tagalog expressions. Let me see if I have some of them here. Let me see if I can find. Here we go. Tabla. Deuce is tabla, right? Deuce, tabla. And in English, we have advantage, which in I think Tagalog is lamang. Lamang. Okay, backhand return here from Noskova. And I think Eala's going to miss that 40-30. Rajen, are you teaching me some Tagalog here? Rajen? Does that mean, are you sure, Rajen? By the way, my pronunciation might be really bad. Yeah, so tabla means even. Okay, good. Thank you, Chief Pao. Lamang, yeah, Lamang is advantage, yeah. Let's see if we get to tabla, because at the moment it's 40-30 on the Eala serve. I do speak Spanish, by the way, so arriba siempre is really easy for me to understand. Eala should put this volley away. She does. So she holds serve 3-2. Mahal kita. I love us. Thank you, Ramil. This is a good Tagalog lesson for me. Yeah, Lamang means advantage. I've got that. I've got the note down, but the problem is I need to learn it and remember it. Anyway, 3-2. At the next changeover, we'll listen to some more stuff from Alex Eala talking. Someone here watching from Vancouver. I'm in Germany, by the way. I'd love to know where you all are in the live chat. So everybody right now in the live chat, get in the live chat. Let me know where you are watching this match from. I'm in Germany. Okay. And you guys, where are you? Oh, by the way, also, you can become a member. I've pinned it in the live chat. It's at the top of the live chat, but it's also in the description below the video. If you just click join, from just $2 a month, you can become a member and you'll be supporting the channel. And you'll also be able to get some extra videos, including some Eala videos, by the way. Some extra videos for Alex Eala. People that want to see them, but also other tennis players. Loads of stuff there, including Naomi Osaka and a bunch of others. Okay, where are you watching this match from? What have we got here? We've got someone on the east coast of the US, it seems. Yeah, this is me. This is me writing this. I'm in Germany. Watching from the Philippines. Watching from Prague. Eric must be super late or even super early in the morning. 5 to 5 in the morning in Prague. Also, we've got someone here watching in the Philippines. What else? We've got Chicago here. Keep writing in the live chat and I'll say, watching from the Philippines, unsurprisingly. Watching from New Jersey, okay, on the east coast of the US. What else have we got here? Watching from the Philippines. Watching from Venezuela. Okay. Hola, Roberto, ¿cómo estás? Espero que estás bien. Sin duda que habla filipina mejor que yo. Okay, that was just me speaking Spanish a little bit. Vamos, Alex. Where else? Have we got any other locations here to share? Yeah, also don't forget to become a member if you want to. There. We've got someone here watching from Canada. Great. Wonderful to have you on board. Yeah, let me know in the live chat where you're watching from. Just some Filipino flags there from Edwin. I'm guessing he is also, or Edwina maybe it is. Edwin or Edwina, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm guessing they are in the Philippines. Yeah, we hit the 27,000 subscriber mark. And Noskova's won the next game, by the way. It's 4-2 for Linda. Any more locations to share with you in the live that I'm just seeing on the screen? where you guys are all watching from all over the world. A lot of you, of course, are in the Philippines, but many of you are in other countries, such as Australia here. Angela, welcome to you. Make sure you hit the like button, Angelo, and anyone else. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit subscribe on this channel as we see Eala get to 15 love here. Any more countries and places around the world that we can share, and even places within the Philippines? There's my geography of the Philippines isn't great. Of course, I know Manila, the capital, but her ghosty here saying hello Filipinos and hello Filipinas, and don't forget to like and subscribe and go Eala, go Laban Alex here as well. Just going to see some more locations before we head back to the match. Eala here under a bit of pressure on her serve at 15:30, by the way. Okay. Negros Oriental in the Philippines as well. Vancouver in Canada, somebody else there. Vancouver must have a big Filipina category. Diaspora, sorry. Watching from Ireland. Wonderful to have you there, Yellow Bell Ferry. Advanced Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I'm guessing that's coming up. When is that exactly? Is that next week, maybe? North Carolina here. Maryland, Vienna. Wow. Willkommen, Nelson. Texas. Watching from Cebu in the Philippines. Great. We have got to 30 all here on the Eala serve. Cebu in the Philippines. Eala not really making much of an impression on the Noskova serve thus far. But anyway, that's to come. Watching from New Jersey, watching from Japan, from Dubai, from Canada, from the Philippines as well. General Santos in the Philippines. Alberta, Canada. San Francisco in the US. Another one, that's Nelson again. I think it's the same Nelson there in Vienna, unless there's two Nelsons in Vienna watching this stream. 30 all here, Eala. Ottawa in Canada. Oslek, is that in Czech Republic as well? So there's two people who are watching from the Czech Republic today. Jimmy from South Africa. Good to have you on board, Jimmy. Watching from California. More from the Philippines here. Ooh, double fault from Eala. 30-40. Break point for Linda Noskova. And Linda Noskova breaks serve. 5-2. Linda leads. She will serve for the first set. Disappointing service game, that one from Eala. The double fault was then backed up by a forehand winner from Linda down the line. And it's 5-2 to Noskova. She will serve for the first set when they return to the court. We've got Bohol here in the Philippines. More people watching from the Philippines. From Miami, Florida, Philippines as well. Davao City in the Philippines. Hernan, I'm not sure exactly where that is in the Philippines, so please do let me know. Irish Filipino sounds like a fascinating combo, says Ghosty. I don't know if you were here a moment ago, Ghosty, when I put your tweet, when your post up about Go Eala, Filipinos and Filipinas. What is the second biggest city, by the way, in the Philippines? Someone write to me in the live chat. Second city, and then just write the name. Quezon City in the Philippines. By the way, apologies for my pronunciation on some of these. Dumaguete City. Georgia, I know how to say that one, in the US. Nice. Another one here from Iloilo City. I'm guessing that is a significant city because I've seen a few people tuning in from there. From Oregon here, Edulape 8729. Laguna in the Philippines. Watching from Sydney. Great. There's been a couple of others in Australia I know tuning in. We're very global. We're just one subscriber away, by the way, from 27,100. So someone can click subscribe from the 800 or so watching right now. And then I think we might have hit 3,000 live watchers at one point, Ghosty. I know we were talking about that earlier. Davao City in the Philippines. Davao, yeah. Dumagetti, sounds like Dumagetti. Honolulu in Hawaii, I presume there. Yeah, pull up a map for me, Ghostin. Let's do some geography. Let's do some Filipino geography. All right, let's hone in on this match because Noskova is serving for the first set. 30-love, she leads on her serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? You are going into the body of Alex. But Alex has dealt with that. Not bad on the return there, Alex. Now the lefty up the line. Good defending there from Noskova. But Eala should win the point from him. She does. 30-15. She's going to keep fighting, by the way. She's not giving up on this set, a la Davic Vakina today. (30-15). Second serve here for Eala to look at. Backhand return from her is pretty good. We're into the rally right now. Good depth there from Alex. Cross court is going to go long, though. 40-15. 2 set points for Linda Noskova. Okay, where are you going with this serve? Out wide. Backhand return is pretty good. And the volley there from Noskova is not dealt with. 40-30. Was it a mistake to go in for the serve volley? Maybe. But easy to sound clever after the event, of course. Okay, serve down the tee. Eala pats it back. Is that forehand going to go long from Noskova? It is. Deuce. Eala still fighting. She's not giving up on this set by any stretch of the imagination. So, deuce here. Noskova serving. Oh, we're going to have a break point for Alex Eala after that excellent return of serve, setting her up there for that easy backhand winner. So, break point, Alex Eala. As she said in that interview I showed you a few moments ago, she's not giving up for sure. But Noskova wins the next point to bring us back to deuce. And we're going to have a set point now for Linda Noskova. As she serves out wide, Eala did well to get to that, but that ball in behind her was smart, albeit that maybe that decision to go into the body, into the Alex Eala territory wasn't so smart, but Alex Eala can't deal with it. And we do have a set point now for Linda Noskova here. 31 minutes on the clock. Eala had a break point to get one of the breaks of serve back. Wasn't able to take it, but Noskova's been playing very well thus far. Where are you going to go with this serve, Linda? You're going to go out wide, but you're going to miss the first serve. But the second serve is going to land in, and it's going to help Linda Noskova win the first set by 6-2. It was a second serve ace down the tee, just clipping the line. It was a bit of a risky second serve there from Linda, but I guess when you're 5-2 up with a set point, maybe you can afford to take that risk. And Noskova wins the first set after 32 minutes, 6-2. Let's have a quick look at some of the stats from that first set to see where it was won and lost. Most important stat, of course, of all, Linda Noskova 6 games to 2 as she wins it. She hit 4 aces. Eala didn't hit any. First serves 1 from Eala, 50%. First serves 1 from Linda Noskova, 79%. Eala also hit a couple of double faults, whereas Linda didn't hit any. Eala as well wasn't able to penetrate through Linda Noskova's defense, hitting just 4 winners compared to 13 off the racket of Linda Noskova. 7 unforced errors each, and Eala had just the 1 break point in that final game of the set and wasn't able to take it. Like I said, one thing that I've noticed from this match in particular is just seeing how it compares to the Yastremska match. I see Noskova actually in some ways, in terms of the aggression, in terms of the way she hits the ball and the velocity with which she can get off those shots, quite similar to the Yastremska in a way, but she just plays with that bit more margin. And I think that's troubled Eala today compared to, say, the Yastremska matchup, which has been very favorable for Alex over the last 9-10 months or so, which has seen Alex beat Yastremska on 2 separate occasions. Noskova, is she sort of a similar version to, maybe a Jannik Sinner, perhaps, in terms of the margin that she plays with? All right, let's have a quick listen to some words from Alex that she said in Indian Wells ahead of this match.
How do you put into fortifying that mental pressure or that mental fortitude? I'm curious how that process is for you.
It's all about experience for me. I have been competing since I was 6 and playing tennis since I was 4. So you can imagine how many tough situations I've been in regards with tennis. So I truly feel that the more you're put in that situation, the more you learn about yourself and the more you're able to approach certain moments in a way that suits you best. So I think being in those situations and really being brave is the best thing that I can do for myself.
Okay, some interesting little chat there going on about some of the geography regarding the Philippines. By the way, if you become a member, it's pinned in the live chat, you can, if you're a member and you're watching right now, send us an Alex Eala emoji, because there are emojis available for live chat people, and if you are a member, you can hit an Alex Eala emoji. Oh, that return from Noskova. Oh, good defending, though, there from Eala. When we're back to neutral, she's going to take this out of the air as only she can. She loves that drive volley. 15 love. If you're not a member and you want to become a member, you don't have to, but if you want to become a member, you can click join. And there are various different levels of membership that you can become. And the cheapest starts at just $2 a month. And there is extra footage, an extra thousands of videos available for members only. And there are a couple in there that are involving Alex Eala, including an unedited video that we did with her last year. Look at Linda Noskova again, rescuing another insect. Or it could be the same one, yeah. Honestly, Noskova is elevating herself. You've got to check out some of her Instagram stuff. Or I know you don't have Instagram, but I'm sure you can maybe find it. If you don't have Instagram, I'm sure you can find it pretty quickly. If you do have Instagram, by the way, give us a follow at Talking Tennis TT. We are on Instagram. Okay, 15 all. Eala putting that backhand into the net, 15-30. Sandro is her Spanish coach with her for this tournament in Indian Wells. Serves down the tee. It's a good serve, but what a return from Noskova. Now she's on the slice. Now it's Eala on the slice. Forehand slice from... She's got that little bit of variety, has Noskova as well, that some of these other big hitters don't have. Good defending there from Eala, but she can't deal with that. 15-40. And Eala is losing right now, and it might just be slipping away from her, Alex. Huge opportunity, by the way, for someone to get to the semi-finals in Indian Wells. At the moment, we have 3 players, and one of these 3 players is going to be in the semi-finals. Linda Noskova, Alex Eala, Talia Gibson. 3 names. One of them will be a semi-finalist. Eala misses the first serve down the tee. By the way, if Eala was to win this, I would probably make her the favorite against Talia. Anyway, 15-40. Second serve. Backhand return. Forehand from Eala. Forehand now from Noskova. Backhand. Eala goes into the net. And we've got the early break for Linda Noskova. So Linda Noskova now leads by a set and a break. Yeah, this power from Linda is it's a bit more unnerving than the Yastremska power because you just have a feeling with the Yastremska it's going to break down at some point. Yeah. No, nowhere near done though. I mean, we've seen Eala come back from bigger deficits in the past. That's for sure. Double break deficits in the deciding sets to Clara Towson in New York last year, and also against Sasnovich in where was that? Was that in Doha maybe this year? And many other miraculous situations for her. So you far from never know. You never know. But it is a not the ideal start. And I thought she'd made that return, Alex. But no, 15 love. Missed the first serve there. Noskova. So Eala inside the baseline here. Backhand return's going to miss, though. Noskova finding her spots on both her first and second serve, which Eala is struggling with a bit in terms of the spot serving and the slightly risky second serve that Noskova is taking. It is a ploy that we saw Coco Gauff going for as well in Dubai a few weeks ago. The second serve, taking a risk on that second serve against Eala. Oh, a little net cord there. And Eala gets the point as a result, 30-15. She does apologize for that. By the way, give us a follow on Instagram, please. At Talking Tennis TT. We do have, of course, lots of stuff going on there on Instagram, which is not always available on YouTube. So particularly photos and stuff like that, but other bits and bobs. Sometimes there's videos appearing on there that we post that we don't have on YouTube. So please do give us a follow at Talking Tennis TT. Drive volley winner there for Noskova, 40-15. Two game points here for Linda to consolidate that break. Two love. So Noskova having won 8 of the 10 games. Noskova and Coco, very different players, but there's a couple of things in common. One is that they both play with a bit of margin, but also hit the ball with incredible velocity. And they've both, in the examples against Eala at least, they don't hold back on the second serve. It's one of the reasons Coco hits so many double faults, by the way. A backhand there from Eala goes into the net, and I think she's just struggling a bit. Not physically. I actually think she's pretty fresh. I mean, she obviously played a set and a bit against Coco. Had an incredible win over Yastremska, of course, that would have pushed her, but it's not like some of her previous tournaments where we've seen the thigh strapped up and she's having to come through 3-setter after 3-setter after 3-setter. No. Here it's not been so bad. She obviously had a bye as well in the first round. She only played 2 matches so far. Forehand winner from Noskova up the line, though. It's love 30. This is a real learning experience for Alex. Eala first serve into the net. So a second serve here for Noskova to look at love 30. I'm tempted to have another cup of tea, even if it is 5:17 in the morning. Oh, that clipped the net and then landed out 15:30. "42 minutes on the clock. Eala would like to at least avoid a beatdown. By the way, not just a case of, I mean, she'd like to win this set and put herself in a position to win the match, but and that return of serve there was a good serve out wide from Alex. That's sort of slice serve out wide. I see a guy there wearing a shirt and it says Filipinas on it. Now, I don't know if that's a brand or something, or just saying Philippines in a different language. Misses the first serve just by a few centimeters there, Eala. That's unlucky. But look at that first serve speed, 89 miles an hour. There's a lot of second serves on the WTA Tour that are 89 miles an hour. That return, though, from Noskova. The second serve return from Linda, by the way, today hasn't been amazing, even though here we are. She's in, obviously, this very healthy position in the match. Did look a bit like a Barca jersey, but probably don't want to be talking about Barcelona too much after their last-minute equaliser against Newcastle today. By the way, if you're into another sport, let me know in the live chat. What is your other... Because obviously we're into tennis to some extent, because you're here talking tennis with me. But if you're... Oh, what a return that is from Noskova. As I was just talking down her return, she goes and kills a second serve from Alex Eala. She's going to have a second serve as well here. Noskova to look at again. Alex missing quite a few first serves at the moment. Okay, where's this serve going? Oh, double fault. She's hit a few of those today. And it is going to be a break point for Linda Noskova. And I would say, if Noskova gets this, as in like to lead by a set and a double break, if Eala was to come back and win from there, it would be the biggest win of her career. Oh, look at that return of serve from Noskova. As I was criticizing her ability to return today, she strikes with incredible venom. All right, I'm going to make a quick cup of tea, and we're just going to hear from Alex Eala.
Ready. Play.
How has life changed since that Miami run for you? Or has it not changed at all?
A lot has changed technically, but I don't really feel... At the same time, not much has changed. It's hard to explain. I've had the same work ethic since I was young, so nothing in terms of how I go about my day has really changed. Of course, there's a big difference between last month and this month in terms of my results, my ranking, but when you focus on the things that I need to focus on, there's nothing much. Nothing much. Yeah.
Do you feel any more pressure?
I think it's normal to feel some pressure after a big run like this. But tennis is a game that has a lot of pressure in whichever moment that you're in your life. And I think that I've done the best I could with my mentality and talking with my team about how I can handle it, and hopefully that shows on court.
The win over Iga, is that the best moment of your career so far, would you say?
Of course. I think all of those, all the wins that week, and even the match against Jessica was each such important moments in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Okay, we're back with Noskova serving. And as I said, if Eala comes back to win from here, it will be, even by her standards, the biggest. Because she's come back from double to break deficits before, as we mentioned, against Clara Towson and Sasnovich. But that was in a deciding set. This would be in a WTA 1000 and to put herself in the quarterfinal at Indian Wells, the 5th biggest tournament on the tour. And it's a set and a double break. That's the point here. Okay, my tea is just boiling, so I'm just going to pick that up. Excuse me for a moment. 15 all, by the way. Okay. 15 all on the Noskova serve. Misses the first serve. Oh, some basketball fans and volleyball fans I see in the live chat. Oh, Eala really could and should have made that pass, maybe. She's just touching her shoulder there. I hope that's nothing too serious. Ew. $40-15 for Noskova. So 2 game points here for a 4-love lead. Ooh, Noskova should be putting that away. She's smiling about it because she knows she really shouldn't be dumping that in the tram line. By the way, look at that. That's her team there. And look behind her. I think it's her coach. Just behind her coach, you can see 2 cans of beer. By the way, if you are a brewer, if you are a beer maker, if you are a beer and you want to sponsor Talking Tennis, get in touch. Our Instagram is @TalkingTennisTT. And you can also email me as well. You can probably guess my email address. Not too difficult to work out. But you can also give us a follow on X as well, @TalkingTennis22. Just send me a DM. And a delivery of 100 cans of beer would be much appreciated. There's a little starting point to our collaboration. Second serve here for Noskova to look at. For sure. Wine as well. Very keen to, wine partnership would be very cool. Champagne. The only well, maybe not the only, but some of the sponsors. Oh my goodness me, Noskova there with that smash. Very close to missing it, and it was such an easy smash. Close call. Look at that. 15 all. Is there a place called San Miguel, north of Manila, or are you just saying? I think Manila, by the way, is with 1 L, Ghosty, I think. Penny's not happy with Eala's level. I disagree. I think Noskova's really bought it today. I think Eala's been slightly off it, but Noskova's brought her A game. And it's just too good for Alex at the moment. It's just how it is. Backhand return there. Backhand from Eala is going to go long, 15-40, and we might be looking at a bagel second set here for Noskova against Eala. Yeah, I don't want to sound like a smarty pants ghost. It's just good to know. I'm sure there would have been a point in my life when I thought there was a double L, but I've done enough posts about Alex Eala one way or another over the last 12 months that I think I can't miss that 1L. Yellow Bellu Fairy, by the way, you've got one of the best names I think I've ever seen. What a return from Linda Noskova! 5 love. I know the serve of Alex Eala is extremely attackable, even at the best of times. But boy, has she made hay today, Linda Noskova, on that serve. And she's 1 game away from a spot in the quarterfinals where she would be playing Talia Gibson for a spot in the semi-finals in Indian Wells. But that's to be talked about later on when it is, if it's confirmed. You have a brewery in Cebu. Search for Red Horse. You got to try it. Well, listen, Maria, I want you to put me in touch with the Red Horse Brewery. I don't know how easy it is to ship beer to Germany or if they have any German factories. But yeah, that would be a nice collaboration. I would more than happily have a beer or two on the stream as I watch. As long as it's not disgusting. I mean, if it's disgusting beer, then maybe I can't do it. But I trust in Maria in terms of the quality of this potential beer. I mean, also time of day of the stream would be important. I mean, if I'm doing a stream at 8 in the morning or something like that, maybe I won't be drinking beer or red wine or anything. But by the way, any Filipino businesses want to have a collaboration, bearing in mind you can guarantee that for every Alex Eala match, we're going to have thousands of people tuning in. I wonder if there's a Filipino sports brand, like anything sporty related. World Balance, the most prominent local sports footwear and apparel founded in 1980. Mighty Sports. Do they sound familiar? Anta Sports. Anyway, okay, let's get back to the match because we've got Noskova serving for the match and she's just hit an ace. A few times I have seen Alex Eala just go for her shoulder. I'm not saying that she's lost because of a shoulder injury, but it just seems to maybe have been a bit of an issue in the second set. By the way, 3 match points now for Linda Noskova on her serve after some unreturned serves. Eala not making any hay, and she's down, even if she's not quite out yet, although it is likely to be any moment because it's 3 match points here for Linda Noskova. 6-2, 5 love, 40 love. Where are you going to go with this serve? Into the net on the first serve. Second serve. Where are you going to go with this? Eala ready to pounce on this. It's a decent return from her. Forehand to forehand right now. But the forehand from Eala goes into the net. And Linda Noskova wins 6-2, 6 love. A comfortable win for Linda in the end. And it was comfortable from the first game onwards when she broke the Eala serve in the opening game of the match, or the opening service game for for Alex. It was a devastating display from Linda Noskova today in a little under an hour as well in this round 4 clash. 2-0 for the Czech. And she brought her A game today. Yes, Alex was off it slightly. Yes, there were a couple of moments in that second set when Alex did sort of clutch at her shoulder, but by then the match was long gone. Alex waves to the crowd as she says goodbye to Indian Wells for another year. She can be proud of her run to the 4th round, no doubt about that. But it was a golfing class between her and Noskova today, and in fact, it was exactly the same scoreline, if you like, as Alex had against Coco Gauff recently in Dubai, as in, okay, that was 6 love, 6-2, and today was 6-2, 6 love, but 12 games for her much esteemed opponent and 2 for just Alex. A big smile there from Linda at the end of the match there. She knows that she brought it today and she's booked her spot in the quarterfinal where she's going to be playing Talia Gibson. We're going to hear from Linda Noskova right now.
To the end, you played some incredible tennis today. Just
from the start.
Feeling very well on
and
court.
I was using my serve a lot, obviously putting as much pressure as I could.
Big differential on the serve, right?
To keep the rallies under control.
Taking advantage of her serve as well. Really, you couldn't have played better tonight. You're through to your fourth quarterfinal and a WTA 1000. First time in the quarterfinals here at Indian Wells. How did it feel playing on such a big stage here and playing the kind of tennis that you did?
Yeah, I did play here. I think it was 3 years ago with Coco Gauff. That was not a good match for me, but I feel like I really enjoyed playing that session. So it was a big and great feeling for me to step on such court and have some fans, not all of them obviously, but some of that support.
Well, listen, you have a lot of fans tonight. They respect great tennis, and you couldn't have played better than that. Through to the quarterfinals. Congratulations.
Thank you guys.
Linda Noskova, through to the quarterfinals.
Okay, yes, indeed. Noskova through to the quarterfinals in Indian Wells. Where she's going to be playing Talia Gibson, the surprise quarterfinalist on the women's side. I'll be previewing that match shortly, but in the meantime, let's reflect on Alex Eala's loss here, 6-2, 6-love to Linda Noskova. Going to have a quick look to see what's going on in the Twitter sphere as well, to bring you up to date with all things tennis in that respect. But yeah, it's a learning curve for Eala, and she didn't bring her best game today, but the serve and return dynamic, Eala, as we know, is always going to probably lose out on that one to Linda, but even the return as well. We saw that second serve returns were actually difficult for Eala today, as Linda was able to find her spots without double faulting too often as well. She was taking chances. And in fact, I think Eala had just one break point in the entire match on the Linda serve. That came, by the way, in the final game of the first set when Linda was serving it out at 5-2. She gets to 30-40. But some of those returns from Linda on the Eala serve, by the way, incredible. Let's have a quick look at some of the stats now from this encounter. Of course, the most important stat of all is that Noskova won 6-2, 6-love. 7 aces for Linda, 0 for Eala. 77% first serves won for Linda, 36% first serves won for Eala. Second serves won for Linda Noskova, 81%. So she's winning more points on her second serve than on her first against Eala. Eala just couldn't get her return game today. That second serve from Linda was just hitting the spots she was going for on the second serve, which is one of the reasons why I think she won so many points on that second serve. Also, winners today, 25 from Noskova. And don't underestimate Noskova's ability to defend. Just 5 across those 2 sets, winners for Alex Eala. She couldn't get through Linda. Unforced errors, by the way, 11 each. So actually, at least Eala didn't lose that metric. But just one break point Eala was able to garner on the Noskova serve. And listen to this. Almost double, in fact, more than double, sorry. Linda Noskova won more than double the number of points of Eala. 56 points for Linda, 26 points for Alex Eala. It's a real learning curve at the moment that Alex is having to go through at times as she comes up against these players. By the way, Eala's also beaten top 10 players. But maybe there are top 10 players who are in a moment of weakness or decline. And when I say decline, I don't mean permanent, but let's take Jasmine Paolini this year, for example, who's not been at the races for most of the year. Madison Keys post-Australian Open last year, including in Miami when Eala came up against her. So, yeah, with the exception of probably Iga Swiatek, who was arguably close to the top of her game in Miami last year, Eala is at least coming into these players at the right moment, if you know what I mean. Of course, she gets another one against Coco, but that was a retirement through injury earlier on in this tournament at Indian Wells. But it's a learning curve for Alex, right? She's got some learning to do, and she's doing it. Let's see if we can find some more stuff for you on social media with Eala. Yeah, I think, of course, Linda Noskova will fancy her chances of progressing to the quarterfinal. Sorry, to the semi-finals, because, yeah, Talia Gibson, hey, it's a very winnable encounter, let's say, for Linda Noskova. for a chance to get into her first ever semi-finals in Indian Wells. But yeah, Eala outclassed here, as Phil Star Sports Hub highlights. And that brings to a close our coverage of Alex Eala against Linda Noskova today. Do please hit that like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's just listen, though, to Alex Eala reflecting on, first of all, on that Miami run that she had last year. And then we're also going to hear from Alex regarding her mental strength and how she's able to win certain matches miraculously.
Ready. Play.
How has life changed since that Miami run for you? Or has it not changed at all?
A lot has changed technically, but I don't really feel, at the same time, not much has changed. It's hard to explain. I've had the same work ethic since I was young, so nothing in terms of how I go about my day has really changed. Of course, there's a big difference between last month and this month in terms of my results, my ranking, but when you focus on the things that I need to focus on, there's nothing much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel any more pressure?
I think it's normal to feel some pressure after a big run like this. But tennis is a game that has a lot of pressure in whichever moment that you're in your life. And I think that I've done the best I could with my mentality and talking with my team about how I can handle it, and hopefully that shows on court.
The win over Eala, is that the best moment of your career so far, would you say?
Of course. I think all of those, all the wins that week, and even the match against Jessica was such important moments in my life.
Yeah, sure. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
How do you put into fortifying that mental pressure or that mental fortitude? I'm curious how that process is for you.
It's all about experience for me. I have been competing since I was 6 and playing tennis since I was 4. So you can imagine how many tough situations I've been in regards with tennis. So I truly feel that the more you're put in that situation, the more you learn about yourself and the more you're able to approach certain moments in a way that suits you best. So I think being in those situations and really being brave is the best thing that I can do for myself.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.